The thing with these tricks is that they're not obvious. They're not something a lot of people actually notice specifically, but the impact they make is amazing. The third installment to the Doom series is out, a prequel to the previous games, and if you haven't played these games before, here's your chance with masterclass fast-paced, first-person shooter gameplay and fantastic rock music. The game has a minimum requirement of 16GB RAM, Ryzen 7 CPU and an RTX 2060 Super to get 60 FPS at 1080p low quality. Now this makes it hard for us low-spec gamers, so what can we do to make an amazing impact on gameplay and frame generation? I'm Mr.CanIplay and welcome back to my channel where I do low-spec gaming tutorials with the goal of being able to play any game on a low-end device. Now unlike the first two games, this one isn't playable on a low-spec PC unless you use an old GPU like a GTX 1060 or 960 or even an RX 580. Now you can do two things to get more FPS, and number one is to lower the in-game settings to very low. Now if we look in the in-game settings, there are multiple options at our disposal to tweak as per our PC setup, amount of frames we'd like to play and even how poor we want the game to look visually. But the main difference comes in when the graphics are broken, which is tip number 2, and that is to tweak the configuration file. Like many ID software games before, you can access the dev console using the tilde key between the escape and tab key and just key in the same commands like in Doom Eternal to disable some elements and get extra performance. Depending on what you use, you can get severe effects like just seeing your weapons only, no idea where your enemies are, or even blurry images, but things like decal don't change much like in Eternal. So what are some of the changes when compared to high settings? Shadow quality for detailed shadows literally gets rid of all shadows, which is the setting for massive FPS boost. Texture quality for level of detail applied to objects gives the smooth feeling of all red objects up with no details. Terrain quality for natural landscape and ground surfaces removes all kinds of details. Light quality to increase or decrease quality of lights basically turns all lights into some kind of torches which can barely show what's 1 meter ahead of you. It also affects the fire around you so you can get burnt in areas that seem okay. Decal quality simply removes the effects of bullets on a material, like no bullet holes on the ground when you shoot. Reflection for visual realism of reflective surfaces reduces the amount of light bouncing off reflective surfaces, but you still get not so bad reflection. Like I said before, the biggest issue with these settings is the game becomes a bit difficult to play as the environment is very much twisted. You may hit walls in areas you don't expect or see through them, or even get burnt in areas where there's no fire, but it's still playable. Now with that you get a smooth gameplay played at a smaller window, which can be made to full screen using borderless gaming app without lots of screen.